me tell you how I got the job. I was working at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
The guy that owns the team, that previously owned the team, he would come to Whole Foods and get juice. I worked in the juice bar. And he's just talking to me. He was like, oh, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. End up training his stepson or whatever at his crib. And he just started telling me like, hey, switch your major over to marketing. Switch your major over, do a double major, international business and marketing. And this is somebody that's just mentoring me and guiding me randomly out of nowhere. And then he said, hey, where you still want to work at Whole Foods? I was like, it's cool. But he was like, all right, I'm gonna get you a job. Do this essay for the Hawks. I do the essay. I go to the interview. It's him. So I get the job.
All right, guys, we back live on Change Agents podcast. This your boy Caleb, it's Trav. We have the legendary Mike Shaw in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, food blogger, actor, all the above. Excited to hear your story, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming on. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man. It's a great setup, y'all got.
No problem. I think you probably, before y'all get into it, I think you probably have like one of the most in-demand platforms as far as categories right now. It feel like everybody want to do what you do.
Nah, they do. It's a dream job for some people. Yeah, I would definitely say it's a dream job for some people. Every time I tell people I do that, they be like, that's what I want to do. And I always say, just do it.
You literally, you know what I'm saying, for a lack of better words, bro, you make money from eating food and recording it. So what was that process like for you just starting out?
Just getting started. Funny story. So I was dating this chick and she couldn't cook. I can cook. I got tired of cooking, so we'd go out a lot. And as much as we'd go out, her mom would be like, hey, y'all should start a blog. Literally just like waved her mom off. And then like the Super Bowl came here.
Yeah.
And I was at Wahlburger. And the guy at Wahlburger seen me taking a picture of my food. He was like, oh, you do food blogging? I was lying. I was like, oh, yeah. And then he was like, oh, yeah, let me get my manager. We can talk about some kind of compensation for that. We need some people. I was like, what? For real? And so, like, it literally went from, like, and that was, like, my first thing I ever did. It was, like, a $500 boomerang. So
you took it and ran with it.
So it's like, I know it's just early into the episode, but I really want to dig a little deeper, too. Like, I know that was the first, like, you know, take at you blogging and like actually getting paid for your work. But like, where did even the love for cooking start with? Like, what did that start with?
It's a family thing. My dad's a chef. My little sister's a chef. I ain't no chef. I can cook better than them, but I ain't no chef, you know, certified. But it's like a family thing. Food is a family thing. I feel like it brings people together. It keeps people connected. Holiday times is usually about food, so I feel like that's the main reason, like behind food and behind the food blogs. And I always can get my friends together to be like, hey, come do a food review or come do this, come do that, or, you know.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I just keep in touch with people because I travel so much now.
Got you. So like the relationship with your dad though, specifically, like, you know, I think we talked briefly about like your dad cooking for.
Yeah, so my dad like cooked for like Bill Clinton, cooked for the Bush family, the Obama family. He got out of there before the Trumps and stuff like that, but.
He was in the Butler movie?
No.
It was like they had I'm not even being funny, they had like a famous cook in the movie. So I don't know.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him.
I was about to say they might owe him some bread.
He was in the BMF movie, but that's a different story for a different day.
That's dope, bro. Go ahead.
One thing about it is I don't cook. Right? I can college cook. That's what I tell people.
College cook.
Like I can cook enough to survive.
Okay.
Right? And I don't even really want to be a cook. I think at some point I want to learn how to cook more stuff. But I'm just jealous that you get paid to go on dates.
Yeah.
Like you essentially get paid to take somebody on a date.
So, and it's crazy because like a first date, I would say like my ideal first date at a time before I was like in a relationship would be like, I'm going to Ocean Air, like $300 date. Like,
right.
And I pay for it, but Oceanair be like, oh, hey, Mike, don't worry about that. And
Exactly.
End up getting my money back.
Hey,
Yeah.
dog, ain't many people I'm jealous of, bro. But like when you just really look at the state, especially like the state of culture now, dates in itself are like a topic on the timeline, on everybody's timeline, at least once or twice a week.
Facts.
So like you really get like the best of both worlds. You got the girlfriend. She's gonna get to go on X amount of dates just because you doing your job.
Yeah, but it's like I always cross a line because like she's in real estate. She's like super dope. She does like specializes in first time home buyers and stuff like that. But like with me, it's like I try to keep the work because like I'm serious about my craft. So like I don't be needing to like everything isn't like a
Every work day is not gonna be a day. Every day is not a work.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
So
facts.
that was the one thing I had to realize because like, say I do one food review with one shorty, then I start talking to her, then I start doing it with another shorty. It starts to become a thing, and I ain't want that to be a thing.
So what was that? What was just that journey, bro? You know what I'm saying? Just like going from that first interaction where you made $500. It ain't even about the money, but just that first interaction. Like,
ain't gonna hold you.
what was that feeling like for you,
I ain't
bro?
gonna hold you.
It's about the bread.
It was definitely about the bread. That's what
Okay.
got me like
Yeah.
oh, I could actually do something. Because I feel like everybody goes through a point where it's like high school and whatever you do in high school. I was a high school athlete. I was pretty straight. I went to St. Vincent St. Marion, went to Shaw High, and then came down here and went to Cedar Grove. You know, that's where LeBron went. St.
Yeah,
Vincent Marion.
From Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm from Cleveland. And went there, whatever, and then, went to college, played ball in college, Kennesaw, Georgia State. Then it was just like, I'm not that tall, so like, I ain't go that far. I just went that far. And so it's like, what else do you do? And I feel like athletes die twice. Stop playing the sports you love, and then now you're trying to figure out what's your new niche. And it was a very depressing time going through that path and trying to figure out what you want to do next. And I feel like that was like the thing that I was running away from it, from food. Cause like, I would say like in high school, I had like a shitty job at Waffle House.
And you just over it.
Man, what? I hated food so much. I didn't want to do nothing in the food industry.
That's crazy.
So it's just crazy that I'm doing it now.
Yeah, and so again, like the show is called Change Agents. The goal of the show is just to highlight different people in the community that really, change their industry or change their lives. In your case, like in a real way. And so, like for you, going from being an athlete to being a food blogger, like, what was that moment for you when it was like, all right, I can do this for real?
I really feel like it was like early 2015 where I just I was getting more respect from fine dining than hole in the walls, because they were looking at me like, oh, okay, this guy has a good eye, because at the time it was just photography and it wasn't like reels and stuff where it's like you can blow up overnight. It was like you just taking pictures and getting this and getting that, and I had a decent following, and I just found out how to monetize it on like all my platforms. And I would say I've probably been making money off of social media since MySpace, because I was the person that could code and put the music behind everything.
So you was doing it for the homies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've been there before too.
So yeah, that was me and my cousin. We would do that all the time. And
Yeah.
so like ever since then, I was like, it's always gonna be around. I always felt like it was gonna be around, social media, and just be able to do something. Everybody always was like, you should get on Vine, you should do this, you should do that. But I never felt like those was my
That was your niche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like my things I could do. So like when I got on Instagram, again in like 2015 on the same account, it was just like, I'm just gonna try to go up on it.
I really want to talk about just like the power of social media too.
Okay.
Like, bro, like you can really shape a career based on whatever you post in a real way on social media. And it just like, you realize that early on in Instagram was really starting out, like 2014, 2015 and on up. Like you shape like I remember seeing it back then, like, and just for people to know, like, like we met through a mutual friend from college.
The A&R of the streets. My boy
exactly. My boy Sam Glover. Shout out my boy Sam.
Sam.
You know what I'm saying? The GOAT. That's how we met. And it just like, social media is everything. And so like, just talk about like social media and how you used it in a real way.
Well, the first way I used it, it was at my corporate job. I was the head marketing executive for the Atlanta Hawks in 14, 15, 16, 17. And that's when I was just learning, getting the tools and figuring out everything. Then they bought me out. And then that's kind of how I figured out, like, hey, you can kind of do this yourself. You can reach out to these businesses and they gonna pay you.
And you had a contact list.
Yeah. And it's like, it was my personal contact list that I took, and I already had relationships with so many people. And it's like, you know, good brands. So I just took that and ran with it on social media as best as I could. Food just happened to hit. Like, I was like,
You knew
That's
you were
real.
gonna do something, but the food
I was doing
just,
sneakers.
Yeah.
I was doing sneakers. I was doing travel stuff. And I still do all this stuff to this day, lifestyle, but food was what hit. And
Yeah.
I feel like it just made sense because of my family and everything like that.
Yeah.
So
I want to jump back because I'm a basketball like addict,
okay, me too.
right? And you hoop, you
Yeah.
played college, and then you kind of touched on it about like that depression.
Yeah.
I always tell people no breakup is gonna break me harder than not going to the league.
Bruh.
And when you say that, saying that to a hooper, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Facts.
But saying that to a woman, they be like, "What you mean?"
No,
Like,
yeah. And it's
just a game.
You know, it's crazy. I always thank my dad for this and with my pops, because he, in high school, he kind of let me know, like, look, you need to figure something else out. He was telling me this, but he was still supporting my dream. He wasn't downplaying me because he knew I
gave
could
you
hoop.
both.
Yeah, he was just like, just make sure you could figure something else out. And it kind of prepared me along the way to know, like, yeah, I'm taller than him, and he not that tall, you know. And I
So
was
it ain't going too far.
Yeah, but then it's like my granddad is like 6'3", and my grandma is like 5'10", so I'm like, oh.
It might be hope.
Yeah, so it's like in the back of my head, I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah.
I can't fit none of my clothes.
You hold on to everything.
Yeah,
When you chasing
so-
that hoop
Yeah.
dream, you try to find any.
What I was putting the
anything to
sand in
stay
my
in
shoe like Jordan, like
Man,
everything. Like,
for real.
it really hurt to just be like, and I feel like I was a decent player. Like, I could get you 10 and 8 on a good day.
That's all we need.
When you came out,
High school 12. So, and it was sweet back then because it wasn't like so many like TikTok stars or these stars or that stars, but I
Yeah.
could get you a decent 10 and 8.
but if we had Huddle, you probably could have went D1.
If I had
we didn't have like Huddle and like all these.
So the crazy thing is my mom actually used to try to put me on those sites, but that was like an earlier thing when I started. That's how I found out about people doing scams in Ohio. So like people, like they'd call in and be like, yeah, we can get your son on the ESPN top list and they get you placed. Moms pay the money, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be at least 300, you know. And I was like, wait, I scored this many points in this game. All right, cool. I'm gonna be all right,
Yeah.
250 maybe. So I'm like, that happened, but that's when I started to learn about like that aspect of life, and that's like, that took me a long way, just learning about that as well. So
But even going like to do marketing for the Hawks, you still kind of connected to that basketball.
So
love.
that was the thing for me is like when I said, oh, I work for the Atlanta Hawks, everybody in my family thought I went to the NBA because I played basketball. So, and that was the horrible thing because they thought I like
They
got
thought you had the
drafted,
cake.
didn't tell nobody. They thought I was caked up. I had a decent job. It was 6 figures and I was still like in college.
But it's still ain't NBA money. So they think
It's
they come
under
to
the
you.
bench NBA money.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was
now.
Yeah.
Then
Now,
this
now
next
I don't know.
CBA?
I don't know what the executives making now, but I
Yeah.
know then I was making like $200,000.
Yeah.
At 20
Yeah.
something.
Right.
you still like
For
Mark
like
Mark Madsen.
4 or 5 years, I was making that
Right.
like easy, and it was cool because I rode on the plane.
Yep.
I got the private jet experience.
Yeah.
Every away, I had to go to a certain amount of away games. I want to say it's 41 away games. I had to go at least to 30. So if we going to Miami, I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to go to that one. I want to go to Toronto.
Right,
You know, so
right.
it was pretty cool stuff that just happened or experiencing.
But you didn't want to go to Utah.
I did go to Utah. It was nice. My homie actually.
Utah is a gym on the low.
The crazy thing is, Utah was better than going to Phoenix. And you know, Phoenix has a lot out there.
I can
but
see that.
Utah was better just because I knew
Phoenix
people.
is so hot, man.
It's hot. It's hot. It was cold in
as
Utah,
shit.
but it's hot as hell in Phoenix.
But
Phoenix
I
is
think a
different
lot
type
of
of
people, like I would call myself an all-star game connoisseur.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people gonna wake up next year Because the All-Star game in Utah. Utah is low-key like what?
No, it's pretty. It's like San Antonio in a sense. Like they had a river walk in San Antonio and all that little low-key stuff.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know it unless somebody was like, oh yeah, my auntie lived there. So
Yeah.
I had a homeboy that went to community college in Utah. And then he would go over there and to the bigger school. I think it was like Utah State or something. That's where Kyle Kuzma played at, Gary Payton Jr. And that was kind of like how I got the scene of Utah. But it was a good experience. I'm just mad they got new ownership.
Was it hard to let that go? Because then that's another dream breaker.
It wasn't me. They bought me
I know,
out.
but I'm saying like just having to deal with, all right, it's over.
Yeah, it was very hard. Because I like the money. It wasn't even about the Hawks. It was more so about the security. And it's like, as 20 years old or 22, 23, you don't have security at all.
Yeah, exactly. And then at that time, we were a couple years removed from college. So it's like, getting that type of money.
I'm getting my master's.
200 at 20, I would have been a maniac.
Yeah, I was a beast. I was a beast. But, at that time, it's more so like, you want that security. I come from a place where nobody has stability. We moved a lot at a younger age when I was in Ohio. So it was like I was stable. People could call me for help. I could help without feeling some kind of way or needing it back. So I was happy at that position. So like when somebody's like, yeah, we're about to sell the team and we got to buy you out. Because it's like you're not about to like
keep that same pay.
Not even the same pay. It's like it was just older people that were mad with me. Let me tell you how I got the job. I was working at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
The guy that owns the team, that previously owned the team, he would come to Whole Foods and get juice. I worked in the juice bar. And he's just talking to me. He was like, oh, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. End up training his stepson or whatever at his crib. And he just started telling me like, hey, switch your major over to marketing. Switch your major over, do a double major, international business and marketing. And this is somebody that's just mentoring me and guiding me randomly out of nowhere. And then he said, hey, you still want to work at Whole Foods? I was like, it's cool. But he was like, all right, I'm going to get you a job. Do this essay for the Hawks. I do the essay. I go to the interview. It's him. So I get the job. So I'm like, oh, stressed about the interview. I go there. It's him. So it's like I end up getting the job and I work my way up to getting the executive position. And then he tells me he sells the team. He puts a clause in there for me to not be able to get fired unless I do something wrong, like miss like days or get rolled up or do anything. I'm a pretty Boy Scout person at work, I'm gonna do everything y'all need me to do and maybe a little bit more, but it got to a point where they were just like, you ain't breaking no rules, we just gotta buy you out. So they just had to buy me out in 2017 and it came with a lot.
That's like a crazy story, but it also like just resonates to Atlanta and just like unlikely circumstances where it's like, if you just kind of
be a good person.
Yeah. Some certain stuff, black, white, green, blue, certain stuff just will happen for you.
Don't matter.
But
it don't matter if you're a good person.
I ain't gonna lie, you're a little better than me because I know I would have missed the money, but I'm such an NBA junkie,
bro.
I would have missed the access. More.
It was the access is cool because you still had your Rolodex, and that's something I feel like a lot of people sleep on is having that.
Oh yeah, because you still can get into whatever you
because
do.
It's like
your
to be able to be
everything.
like. I sat down and had these conversations with my favorite player, D Wade. I sat down and talked to Grant Hill. I got to meet Penny Hardaway. I got to meet Jalen Rose and, all my childhood.
You LeBron yet?
I ain't want to brag.
You didn't say LeBron
I ain't want
yet.
to brag. I actually met Brian.
He probably met Brian
in
and
high
Kobe.
school. Yeah, I met Brian in high school. I seen Kobe. I never met Kobe and sat down and talked to Kobe, but I definitely seen him at the last game. But I didn't ever get to sit down and be like, hey, man, how'd I feel to drop 81 points? Some random stuff, but like certain people that I did meet, like it was cool. But like I met Brian in high school because we went to the same high school.
I met LeBron in high school.
Yeah.
But I met him like, not like, he was LeBron already because I think this is maybe 04 for me. So this was like this was actually his second year
his
in the league.
Year.
But I met him at a pro-am. And he was cool, but I don't think I was looking at him.
You wasn't looking at him like that. The
Yeah,
crazy thing
like,
is, he's always been LeBron to us because I'm from Ohio.
Yeah.
And I used to hate him because I went to a camp and he ain't really like come to the camp. But it's like, it's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story.
See, but I'm from Georgia. To us, Lou Will was our LeBron. And they're a year apart. So Lou Will is 04.
Lou is the dog. He's a dog.
And I like dogs.
Nah,
so
yeah, he's a dog.
I looked at it like that.
Speaking.
But to kind of pivot back, when you said you was doing pictures, are you a photographer? Like,
at a time I was. I'm not anymore. If somebody needs that service and I
gonna figure it out.
I give it to you, you know. But I'm gonna let you know if it's a service that you need that wouldn't benefit you, I wouldn't give it to you. So like on Instagram, photography it's okay, but it's like it's not really beneficial right now. We really not liking no pictures. If it's something, cause I pretty much base everything off of digital content, and the digital content for me would just be like videography and making you stories and all that kind of thing like that.
It's kind of sad to me, but go ahead.
I was just gonna say, also just to pivot a little bit further, like I just feel like, you know, just as a food blogger and, you know, being in the space that you are in, like what's a day like for you, like for real, as like a blogger, you know, specifically?
A work day.
Like what does that look
Like
like?
a work day? All right, so for me, I got a bunch of other business other than being a food blogger.
For sure.
So like I do Toro. I got some electric cars on there. I want to eventually get an electric rental car service. But right now I got 3 Teslas, and I do
You want us to take that out? I don't want nobody to take your idea.
They got it.
Go ahead.
They can't do it how I'm gonna do it. It's okay. And I got some more on the way. They already ordered.
Facts.
It's okay. Yeah, and I think Hearst is doing it anyway. They, you know, but you know how they mess stuff up. But
everything.
Yeah, I got a Turo business. I got Airbnb business. So I check on all of that first, and I talk to all my contacts and stuff like that. And then once I do that, I check my calendar to see who I'm gonna work with that day. Let's say I do a lot of gentlemen's clubs, like Magic City, Seduction, Cheetah, because they got the best food in our city. So if I'm doing that, I reach out, make sure it's still gonna happen, because a lot of times they'll pay you and forget it's even happening that day. I'm pretty sure y'all can understand that.
100%.
I love those days.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, we gotta reschedule. You about 4 months behind now, you know? So we do that, and then we go out there. I see who can come with me, because I always like to bring a good group of influencers or just good vibe people with me that can meet up with me. I usually do it previously, and if they still can make it, I tell them, hey, we on the way there. Let's go, be there on time. And we get there, we shoot, and it's pretty much a good vibe. You know, it's not a bad thing. And usually when I do like 2 or 3 things in Atlanta, I'm probably about to hop out on the plane to go to LA. That's like the next thing. That's like,
for work or for fun?
No, this work. Ain't no fun.
So
all of us work.
I'm the controversial one on the set.
Go ahead.
You said you was in a relationship.
Yeah.
And then you just said you do a lot of work for Gentlemen's Club. Do that ever conflict?
No. Cause she's not insecure. She knows that I'm with her.
God bless.
You know what I'm saying? It's
So you just strike luck all the time?
Huh?
You just strike good luck all the time?
I am. My grandma said I was the chosen one. She said it. I ain't say it. She said it. It's very. I say I'm very blessed.
So would you say? So you say you'll do 2 or 3 things here, and then you'll go to LA.
I go to LA and do like 2 or 3 things there.
Who has better food?
What city?
Yeah. Can you put your political connects?
LA or I would say Atlanta has better food than LA.
Smart
guy. I can answer that. I can answer that question. Yeah, Atlanta has better food than LA. I would say LA is more of a comfort though, because they have more things to choose from. You can get like here we get Southern cuisine. And it's not even soul food anymore. It's just Southern cuisine, or we're gonna get some hot and ready stuff, or we're gonna just get some fried stuff. It's good. It's really good. But like in LA, it's like you get Asian, you get Blasian, Black and Asian. You get just Black people food, African. You can get Thai food. So it's not as good as in LA, because I feel like they got just a little bit more cultures out there than we do in Atlanta.
It's just bigger, more of a melting pot.
And the Mexican is top tier.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the Mexican is amazing out there. And then it's so much, I wouldn't say so much easier, but it's like then you can leave LA and go to Vegas and go do whatever you want in Vegas. And then they got all those 5-star, Michelin star restaurants out there. So it's so much more to choose from on the West Coast. But I would say that taste-wise, Atlanta still got it.
But If somebody woke up tomorrow and decided that, hey, I want to be a food blogger, like what's that process like? Or even a better question, like what advice would you give yourself?
Which camera I'm in? I'm in this
Like
one.
year one.
I'm in this one.
Yeah.
Year one, what you want to do is call me and have a check ready. Okay, because I'm going to tell you this, nothing in life is free.
Facts.
Okay? If you want to study with your best mentors, your favorite influencers, when you reach out to them, have something ready because they're independent contractors. At least if you want to say like, hey, I got $50 to take you to dinner or lunch, give them something for their time. Don't think I'm entitled to give you something because you've been liking posts. Okay?
Facts.
So that's what you
ISO
should
for
do.
everybody? Facts.
That's what you should do. Pay for my time. Take me to lunch. For some, like, see my services. See if you can get a consultation with me. And appreciate, say something. Don't just come like, I feel like you should help me because I've been following you for 20 years. If you've been following me for 20 years, you should know what to do.
Right.
So that's my advice.
No, that's real.
You should sit down and get a consultation with your favorite person.
Right.
I done did it before. I'm pretty sure y'all done sat down.
We both did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been multiple people for him. It's been multiple people for me.
Yeah.
And it's like mentors are everything.
No.
And people like don't really understand that mentors and like you come into a space with like a mentor, they expect to get paid for it or whatever.
Yeah.
The money that you get is from the value that you get, the knowledge that you get from that interaction. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you feel the same way too.
No, I definitely do.
But a better question, just to pivot from that, let's talk about businesses.
Go ahead.
How would businesses reach out to you?
They could hit me on my email, Mike Shaw Media Group. Hit up the media group. It's Mike Shaw Media Group at Gmail. It's on my Instagram. It's on, which my Instagram is Mike_Shaw5. That's my name on all my platforms, YouTube, everything.
Yeah.
Y'all can reach out to me like that. But most people, they just end up finding me.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, like the Gordon Ramsay thing, they just found me.
Let's talk about that too. So you got a new situation or deal with Gordon Ramsay himself.
Yeah.
Everybody who's ever seen food at some point in life, y'all know who Gordon Ramsay is.
Two people, Gordon Ramsay and Anthony Bourdain. They on two sides of the
What's
game.
his name? He used to go like, bam. You know what I'm talking about?
With the crazy head?
Yeah.
Oh,
Italian.
man.
Dang. I forgot
I
his
know
name.
exactly who you're talking about, too.
Bang. Everybody's seen that show, but I forgot his name myself.
So what was that process like even getting in that relationship?
It was literally, I woke up to an email. Like, I'd be waking up to emails. Like, I'd be like, all right, I ain't did a food review in a minute. And it's like, this is the thing. Even if you reach out to me, if your food nasty, I'm not posting it. Like, I won't post it. I tell you it's nasty too. And I'll let you know, like, hey, I didn't like this because of this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can better it in this way.
Right.
I'm not just about to say, this stuff is nasty, I would never try it, I'd never eat it again. Because I get everybody, I'm a basketball player, so I get everybody 2 free throws. The first try, you gotta always make it. Then the second one, if you miss that, it's like, you better get back on D, because I ain't coming back here.
Facts.
We about to take off.
Facts.
So, when they reach out and stuff like that, I just give them the whole spiel and opportunity. But the initial question was what? We're Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah.
Yeah, woke up to an email, man. Just woke up to an email.
Just a cold email, like no relationship to him at all.
Zero.
And so this goes back to just the power of social media. Like
Zero.
if you use it and you leverage it in the right way,
I would say
good
this,
things will
though.
come to you.
I would say this. I did start doing a lot of Vegas content because I knew I wanted to do something in Vegas. So even if it was like something that I cooked at my crib or something like that, I just location Vegas because I wanted different people to start seeing my stuff.
In that area.
Yeah, in that area because I know it's a big target market.
Right.
And I'm a big analytics guy. So like
What's your degree in again?
International business and marketing.
I got a marketing degree too, so yeah.
Yeah, but I
I dropped out from international business and marketing.
Congratulations, man. Yeah, but no, I went to Flatiron to learn how to code better, and they kind of showed me the analytics side of things because it goes good with the marketing. And so with that being said, I just use those big target markets, and so certain videos, I might be in my kitchen, but it might say New Mexico, it might say Toronto, Canada, or it might say this place because I just want to get a new audience in.
I learned that from women.
Yeah.
Like, quote unquote IG honeys,
minus, yeah.
they taught me that, like he'd be like, girl, you at home. She was like, but look
look how many people in Toronto.
Like, I was like, oh, so that makes sense. And it's just funny how stuff will be right there in your face, and you'll be discounting it or like
that's some free game for y'all.
Thinking it's BS, but that really works. And then you got on his radar. I ain't want to interrupt your story.
No, you were 100% right though. That's just free game, and it's just like once you start learning small things on social media, that's how you become a bigger platform. And I want to say my Instagram only has like 51,000 followers, but my reach is like 5 million. So I touch 5 million accounts a day. So my story is like over 100-something thousand.
You just spread it around. How long do you think it's harder to build now versus 7 years ago, or easier?
I want to say yes and no, but because it's like people wake up with 250,000 followers on TikTok. But then it's like TikTok is 250,000 on TikTok is like 20K on Instagram. And then it's like, I feel like a lot of people use Instagram, but they don't use Facebook. So it's like defeats the purpose of using the app because the most views are on Facebook. And if you combine it, you get more views, you get more plays, more people see your stuff.
People think it's the cool factor.
I don't care about being cool, bro.
Facts.
I learned that a long time. Being cool is how you broke.
Right.
Being cool how you broke.
That's a bar. Like trying to fit in and try to like fit a narrative. Like, like we here to feed our families for one.
Yeah.
And to get whatever goal that is. Like that's it.
I want to do cool shit. I ain't got to be cool.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
I've always felt like that. I always felt like people who are cool get to do less cool shit because you have this cool image.
Bubble.
You got this bubble. You got the scrutiny eventually. Like, I done a lot of shit without people knowing that I'm
going to say this. The coolest guy in high school that was in my high school down here is in jail. Nah, he in jail. He's still cool. Like, he cool. He be on IG in jail, but he in jail. But he in jail. He the coolest dude. He was like one of the coolest dudes. He was like, he was a football player. He looked like Nelly.
Probably was on the homecoming court.
Had all of that.
He could have if he wanted to be, but like he was so cool. He was that cool. But I was like, he's in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I learned at a young age.
To his own height.
Shit, he went to Morehouse, played football. I was like, this nigga's really cool. Like, you know,
this nigga's
and then I'm like, this nigga's like really cool. But like at the same time, it's like I learned at a younger age that being cool is like that shit is not gonna get you no money.
It's not.
And it's like everybody that I know that was cool, I didn't see him at the class reunion.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I don't even care about looking cool, bro. Like it took me a long time to even like dress the part, quote unquote. Like people just like,
oh my God,
you wear the same fit every day. You know, I don't care about clothes, bro. Like I'm here for a certain thing.
I'm here to do something.
That's crazy you said that because like my family is like fashion forward.
Yeah.
Like, when I tell you I would wash my clothes and live out a basket.
Bro, yes.
That's how I was, right?
Yes.
And at a young age, my brother literally like comes to my house now. He's like, I can't believe you hang up your clothes. Because it was that bad. And so it was really that bad. So it's like, I understand when you say like, I'm gonna just wear this outfit for a week. You know, because the richest person I knew, he wore a Dickie fit for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Washed it, put on another Dickie fit.
The same
kept going.
Look, the same vibe. Like, cause it's like the more energy you put into like all this other fluff and stuff like that, it takes your time away from what you're really trying to do.
Yeah.
Like you trying to decide on the fit for like an hour. That's an hour that you could have been on a call. That's an hour that you could have been preparing something for your food blog, like anything.
No, and with that aspect, that's why one of the things that is on my goal list is like, I want my whole life to be sponsored, right? That's one of my end goals, my whole life to be sponsored. I got an Adidas Connect that sent me stuff. I'm signed with BBC. And I'm signed with Ralph Lauren. So my clothes that's all I wear.
Yeah.
That's literally all I wear.
Right.
So with that, I'm fine. Now the food, that was the next thing.
Right.
So now I'm good. And now BLK water, black water, I'm a third partner in that. That is based on Calabasas.
Just drop and draw forwards, just like boom.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I gotta drop it. No, but BLK water, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if y'all haven't seen it, but Lizzo has it. Soulja Boy was the first rapper with it. You know,
first rapper with everything.
He was the first rapper with everything, but Soulja was the first rapper with it. Shout out to BLK water. Yeah, they definitely, that's the next sponsor.
Fire.
Now, Keller Williams called me.
So, as a serial entrepreneur, and this is a question I got posed with this morning, and I still don't have the answer for it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you though. Out of all the stuff you do, what do you enjoy the most?
Bitcoin.
Why?
Facts.
So it was the
Say
way
it,
it
bro.
started, and it's just like, it's the freedom in
Yes.
doing it. Cause it's like, I could do Bitcoin right now while we doing the interview.
Right.
And it don't matter if I'm selling or buying, or you know, or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm doing.
Low key right now, Caleb is like, I told you, nigga. That's what he's saying to me.
Nah, it ain't that. I mean, the reason we got the show is so everybody can really learn
See,
that
I would
it
say
ain't
this.
just food.
I didn't know
Yeah.
Caleb was even in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But I would say, for me, I got into Bitcoin in 2011, right?
Right.
And the way I got into Bitcoin was a mistake. My brother and my older cousin, they were trading currencies. They were trading the US dollar,
Forex.
early Forex.
Yeah,
They were trading
yeah.
the US dollar against the European dollar.
Yeah.
I just said it like that because a lot of people scared of that word.
Right,
The
right.
4 word. But they were doing that in the early stages of it. And I got into it and I put 1,000 in Bitcoin and I forgot my password until 2015. And literally was
And
like,
woke up like,
and then I called him one day and I was like, bruh, I know the password. Boom. Like this. Stupid. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
and you've been hooked since.
I haven't been hooked. It's just so easy.
It's literally
Like once
so easy. bro.
Like I'm pretty big in like all the crypto spaces and stuff like that. So it's like once you start learn how to make NFTs and you know what an
Yep.
NFT is
Yep.
and all of that.
You got all the backgrounds, but you got the coding background.
That's
smart
why I went to.
Yeah.
Everything go hand in hand. So it's like
is really the same.
So like when you learn about doing NFTs, when you learn about like so I'm gonna break down NFTs because I still know a lot of people don't know about it. So we have this chair right here, this white chair that Caleb's in, and I make an NFT for it and I sell it to Trav. And once I sell it to him, I got a royalty on it for the rest of the life of the chair, right?
Yes.
So if he want to sell it, I still get paid, but then he still get paid too because he got a royalty on it, but it's not as big as mine.
Yeah.
That's what an NFT pretty much can be for anybody. That's
Right.
the simpler way to
Yes.
explain it. For me, I just like doing, like you said, cool shit. That shit is cool to me to be like, I could be at home, wake up, make $10,000 in an hour, and then go back to sleep.
Right.
Instead of being like, you know, working somewhere, which is working is fine because that's where I got my stability and my foundation from, you know, because there was a lot of times where I was just like, damn, I'm dead tapped because for me, once I got that bread from Bitcoin, I put it in a CD
Yeah.
and I saved it until I turned 30. I turned 30 in 2 years. So I took a piece of it, like not even like 1%, like 0.5%, to just be like, all right, this is what I can live off of until I get to this age. Because at heart, I'm a hustler and I know I can make my own money off of other stuff. And that's where all the other stuff came in. And then the Bitcoin money, I don't even get till I'm 30 years old. So everything that I'm doing now is like gonna be on top of the 30 years old money.
You hit something on the head, bro, and I want to talk about it. It's like, you know, being busy and being productive are two different things.
Very much
Like
so.
you can be busy working on crypto, you can be busy being a food blogger, you can be busy with like Turo, but it's like you got to be productive at the same time. It's like
Very much so.
finding that threshold is like so key.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like it's crazy that we having this conversation
No,
about
yeah, and
crypto.
I always
and,
tell
like,
people I'm
Bitcoin.
yeah.
Like I've been in the Bitcoin space since like 2014. I want to say. Like it really dates back to then. Like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple. I
I got a lot of Ethereum.
I made a lot of money on
Ripple.
Dogecoin.
Oh yeah, you was in there too?
Yes,
I was at
rode that.
point five.
Yes, I rode that from point.
I got it
I
to
rode that from a penny
nickel.
all the way to like 80 cents.
Yeah, I rode it from a nickel to about, I think it hit 85.
Yeah, it got to like
86
80,
cents.
85, and then it dropped back down. But
So-
it's like all of those things happen all the time. It's like you got to find those. They're called altcoins.
And listen, this is not.
Altcoin.
I will say this and put this in caption. Like, this is not cryptocurrency advice. Okay.
Exactly.
Do your own research.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah. Proceed with caution.
At your own risk.
Don't be like, Mike, you made me do this. You told me to do this.
Nah, nobody told you to do
all
that.
I'm saying is that these are just examples and stories of stuff that we did. So for me, I would say do your research. Do your research, do your research, do your research. Don't believe nobody but the stuff you research on. That's the main thing.
Facts.
You know, that's really the main thing.
One of the things you brought up was your CD.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm always preaching Roth IRAs and CDs to everybody I know.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, culturally, it's just not something that's talked about a lot.
Nah.
Can you break that down for people? Because, like, I feel like, especially my friends that'll watch it, I think they kind of went tone deaf on me talking about
Oh,
it.
about the CD?
The CD.
They gonna think that I talked to y'all before the show.
Y'all ready for this?
Honestly, the CD just is a better way to save for long term.
Yeah.
I know if I ever wanted to pull out, it will always be like I have to pay interest on it and this, that, and the third. And that's literally it. It's just a better way to save for long term. Longevity, you get way more interest, you get way more money at the end of the day. And mine is it'll be 9 years old that I haven't touched it.
Do you mind saying your interest rate?
On the CD, this year, sorry. That's the girlfriend. This year, I want to say it was at 8% this year. About 8%.
So I did a Roth IRA. My son is 12. I did a Roth IRA. My son was 3. 12% compound interest, and I still haven't taken it out. And
so just so people have like real perspective, like let's just say you put your money into like a checkings or savings account, the interest that you're gonna get paid from your money that you put in there, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be less than a penny.
It's usually
0.001.
The crazy thing is people don't even notice that they actually get money back from their bank because it's a penny.
Yep.
It'd be a penny.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I seen from like the Wells Fargos and all the other banks and stuff like that. That's why when like the scammer friends that we have, you know, everybody got one. Do they thing, I'm like, hey, they got it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's definitely just the CDs and putting your whole life in a trust fund and stuff like that is just, it's a better way to live because I would say this is a secret, that once you put your life into a trust, it's very hard for you to get touched. So like people as I'm gonna use Trump for example, it's really hard for him to get touched right now. And y'all like, why he ain't in jail yet? Why he in jail? It's like he don't own shit. It's his trust. If nobody knows the name of your trust but you and your family, and it's like, if we don't know who to sue, we can't sue you.
And a less popular one is Warren Buffett. A lot of people don't talk about him because he's not controversial.
Yeah.
But Warren Buffett make $1 a year.
Yeah.
Because all of his stuff is tied up in trust and his Goldman Sachs stocks. And he just take a loan out of it.
And I was just about to say, you get to a certain point where it's like you building your wealth off of just your name, and people you can walk to a bank and be like, hey, I'm Mike Shaw. You know, I need to borrow $1 million a day because I want to go have fun. They'll just give you the $1 million.
And I'm gonna post a picture here so they can see that y'all.
And I'm gonna let everybody know y'all giving out $1 million. So it's gonna get to a point of that. So it's like,
I actually did that today, but go ahead.
And another thing, and he sent it to me, real nigga. And another thing I'll tell people is, your taxes are annual CD.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. I don't care if you make $10,000 a year or $10 million a year. If you're paying taxes monthly or bi-monthly, all the government is doing is taking more of your money than they need to, putting it in a high interest account, and then at the end of the year, they give you money back off the interest.
Facts.
And they've made X amount of dollars off your money. So you might as well do the same thing.
And I'm gonna just drop this gem as well, because I love. I'm a podcaster at heart, you know. I'm a podcaster at heart, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Come on, do one over here, bro. We got you. You got the whole show.
You know, it's crazy. I had a podcast since 2015. It's called Dope Out the Dorm Room. And it just stopped 2020. And we got a good following. We got a good following, 5 million subscribers. I appreciate all y'all. You know, y'all pretty much
5 million
Yeah.
subscribers.
Yeah, appreciate all y'all. You know, been rocking with me since the college
I'm gonna
days.
get back to y'all niggas next year.
You know what I'm saying? I got y'all. You know, it's crazy. As soon as I pick it up, it act like it don't leave. Like it don't leave. But it's like that's like I would say that's the passive income of the getting the ads on there and doing everything like the right way. You could just have it like that where it's just rolling.
Yeah.
And it's true value.
It is.
You're not getting it with clickbait, so they not running to the next clickbait.
And it's a lot of gems in those episodes and stuff like that from like my college days of getting you guys college advice or what to do, moving in, girls, relationship, all that stuff, my first date experience, all that stuff.
What's the gem you was about to drop though?
I got the gem.
What's the gem?
The gem is tax liens. So if you ever heard of tax liens, this is all Googleable information, right? Mm-hmm. That's all a tax lien is. It's so if I didn't pay the taxes on my house, somebody could come and purchase it on the steps of the courthouse, right? And so somebody like me, I'ma do it. I'ma purchase it, and it can be as low as a penny, and it can be as high as $1 million or higher. So it's a lot of times where if you have extra money, let's say you have 5 racks or $2,000 or $1,500, go purchase it because no matter what, you're gonna get 6% back from the courthouse.
And I'm gonna add to that, Jim.
Go ahead.
In Alabama, if you do a tax lien on somebody's house, you don't even have to show up.
No, and I was gonna say it's state by state. Everything is state by state.
Yeah.
Because Georgia is a year. It takes a year for the everything to go through. But you can pay $1,500 for a $300,000 house or a $600,000 house if you really want a house.
And they don't pay it in a year. It's your house.
Yeah, it's your house. And then it's like you could be sending them letters and everything. They could be ignoring it. You'll show up with a sheriff. 1 year later, pay the sheriff $100. Come to the house, knock on the door. You got a property now for $1,500. You know, so that's a gem. And a lot of
I think in Alabama it's 6 weeks.
No, and go ahead, Caleb.
I was just gonna say I got 2.
Go ahead.
So the first one that I did, just so people know for real, in a real way, like I paid $1,000 on like a $50,000 house back home. Like this ain't even in Atlanta. It's like a $50,000 house. So from the day, let's just say you buy it today, which is August 22nd, 2022, in a year, August 22nd, 2023, well, I think it's like the day after. But around that time, that's when you actually own the property. And then whatever that value is, you get that.
Yep.
So for a lot of people out there, they just be like, how do I get started in real estate?
Yeah.
How do I make money?
How do you
You can
even
literally own that house for the amount of money that you pay, and all you got to do is pay the taxes on it moving forward until you decide to sell it, or if you put a tenant in it or whatever. That's really it.
God,
like, it's no other it's no other rules or regulations that come with it. That's
And
it.
it's strictly built off one thing. The most money in this world is made off of one thing.
Off of land.
Nope.
What?
Negligence.
Yeah. Yeah, you right about
No
that.
matter what it is. Like, it'd be people who could pay that $1,000.
No, they really just don't know.
They really just don't know, or they literally just got too busy to remember, or they ain't checked their mail in 3 months or whatever.
Because don't nobody check mail. Everything's an email now.
Facts.
And then listen,
negligent.
I can send that email out, is which I
It's
just
receipt.
yeah. I can send the email out now too, and they gonna think that's spam.
Yep.
I like emails way better than sending a paper envelope. It costs like $4.
It might go to spam.
Right.
Yeah.
It might not even hit their actual inbox because you ain't in their contacts or whatever. It just
Very much
depends on how you run it.
And like we said, the timeline on everything is just state by state, and just check whatever state you in, and it's gonna always just come up and tell you what, because all of it is public information.
It is.
I got a restaurant called Big Bang Pizza that I got off of that. I got a gas station off of that.
Listen, he bought a gas station and a restaurant just for tax liens.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. About 3,500.
I have 2 houses from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible,
and
people.
And it's
it
like,
ain't-
don't always, and this is another thing. It's just don't always limit yourself to where you at.
Yeah.
And being from Cleveland, it's like, I know so many people that get stuck home at home.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure y'all are similar.
100%.
You know, there's so many people that get stuck at home. Like, be okay to jump off the porch, man. Like, be okay to think outside of the city. Because, like, once you get stuck in your city, it's done. Like, you're going to be 40 years old talking about, I want to start over. I want to go to 10.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, like, and it's like, it's pretty much, it's kind of over.
I remember when we was growing up, my brother had a dream to go to UCLA, right?
Ooh.
And my brother's super smart. Like, my brother graduated high school with 4.0. And my mom literally told him, if you go to school here, I'm not paying for it. If you go anywhere outside of the state, I'll pay for it. And that's like counterproductive to what you're normally told. But my mom's importance was, you got to get away from here.
Where y'all from, LA?
We from Albany, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
But she was like, if you go to school if you go to Albany State or any local school, I'm not giving you a dime, and you can't stay here. But if you leave, I'll make sure you're okay. And like, my mom is real kind of unconventional compared to the rest of our family. So the way everybody else in the family look at some of my mom's like
decisions,
parenting tactics, they think it was crazy. But then you look up 15 years later, me and my brother are just like more business savvy and more successful because we never had limits placed on us. Like my mom was always like, "Nah, get out, go do something." So I think everybody should, at least if they don't leave the state, they should at least leave their hometown and go to school. If you stay home, it's gonna be
like for Albany. If you're from Albany, Georgia, I would say, shit, go to Savannah, go to the city,
go anywhere,
go to Georgia State. You know what I'm saying? I hated that campus, but it's
Georgia State campus.
Yeah, I ain't like that campus. It's a lot of beautiful women, like Drake said.
It is,
but
that's it. And nothing is.
That's it.
Like,
homeless people.
Is like geographically.
You get the best homeless people in the world at Georgia State
and Magic City, kinda.
Yeah, I love Magic City though. That's crazy. You just brought up Magic. That's like one of my favorite places in the world.
Now I gotta be a little controversial. Huh? How long you been in your relationship?
How long I've been in my relationship?
Yeah.
What'd you ask me that for?
I'm just like, you love Matt. You just get away with a lot of stuff.
Why? I go there for the chicken wings, man.
Me too. You and Lou.
You say you like Lou, right?
Yeah.
What you think we all there for?
We all there. Yeah. And I used to catch the bus over there.
You love it too much.
In college.
I ain't catching no bus in no strip club.
No, I used to catch, when I was in college, I used to catch the bus from Albany to Atlanta, and the bus station was right across the street.
Oh, you talking about the Greyhound?
Yeah. You thought I was catching the MARTA to? Nah, I don't love it that much.
I rode down from Ohio to Atlanta. That's how I got here the first time, is on a Greyhound. That was the worst ride of my life. Literally, the first day I got here, I was like, I'm ready to go.
I ain't never doing that again.
No, I said I want to go home. I wanted to go back to Ohio.
Because of Atlanta or because of the bus ride?
Both. Man, listen, I was 16 years old when I moved down here. And when I tell you, it was just like the movie. It was just like the movie. I came to the high school, they had the same car as T.I. They had the Jabos on. I said, man, what the hell? I'm in 06? It was 2010.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's 06? I'm like, this.
Atlanta was a different place.
And then it's like,
that's like the end of being.
And then like up north,
2010.
We were fitted.
It was over like 07.
Huh?
For real?
Nah.
He just got locked up 06.
Yeah, but people still live like that in 2010.
It was just like being up north, you just had way more polish in your clothing.
Yeah.
And it was like they were still like wearing like East Bay clothes and stuff like that. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like they had like Gilbert Arenas basketball shoes on, bro, with like some big Levi's or some big old, like it was like crazy. It was like,
it's a soldier boy.
It was definitely like a.
They had the high top white forces with like the blue jean stains around here.
Everybody had on the Chucks. Yeah, it was crazy. They had that Adidas shirt on that he got on right now.
Yeah. But still to this day, I don't trust nobody in black force, high top forces. High tops or low top. If you got on black forces, I don't trust you.
You see anybody with black forces outside of Stonecrest Mall, bro, in 2010?
Man, listen.
Anything can happen, bro.
Greenbrier.
Anything can happen.
South DeKalb.
No, and that was like my culture shock because I grew up on the east side off of Bouldercrest.
Okay.
So down here I went to Cedar Grove, and so it's like,
dang.
It was like I said, it was like I'm
culture shock.
You would have got an outfit and your license in the same.
Man, I got some sneakers and I got a little permit all in the same day.
Bro.
And some American Deli, extra salty. It was extra salty. South DeKalb got the extra salt and they wings.
It started in South DeKalb. A lot of people don't know that.
I did.
American Deli.
I actually met the guy.
The first American Deli was in South DeKalb.
I actually met the guy.
That started?
Yeah. He owns another spot in Duluth called Tiger K-Cup Bob. It's some Korean stuff. But
they got away from the niggas.
Yeah, but the guy that started American Deli is Korean.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, he's Korean.
If you go to the ones in the city, they mostly Korean.
No, yeah, and then like his backstory is like they just wanted to help their culture, and so they literally like they'll go get you and be like, look, work here for 3
Here's
months.
the store.
Yeah, here's your store. Work here for 3 months. Give me $60K. I already know how much it's gonna make because I already been working here for 3 months. So boom, 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 $60K from you. Come back, come over here, do that. It's very hard for anybody to
infiltrate it.
Not even infiltrate it, copy that formula, especially in our culture, because that's what I like to do with people that sign to my marketing and media company, Mike Shaw Media, is just take them, show them how to do certain things, and then build them up, you know, and try to make them a bigger influencer. Like right now, we got Sunshine Eats. She caters, she cook. She's amazing. She does food reviews. She can take over your social media page. Her page then got bigger than my page, you know. So it's like, just for example, it's like she's still like she's like super amazing.
Somebody bigger than us.
No, yeah, she's like amazing person, but like at the same time, she can cook. She can take over your social media. She can do your videography work. So, and the same thing with like my boy Dope DJ. He's the same. Like he's going crazy on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Same thing. I didn't build him up. I found him and just sprinkled like, hey bro, do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Or do it like that.
He already had the gas for him.
Yeah, he already
put a little.
And that's all it was.
That's
all it was. And it's like, it's a lot of people like that. And it's like, you know, I would say you asked me how to do stuff. If y'all want to get down with the team, it's closed enrollment, but I see y'all next.
My nigga say it's closed. You know how much action you got to be getting to say it's closed enrollment?
It's closed enrollment.
No, it ain't even that. It's just like, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's like when people say like it's closed enrollment, like I'm one of those people that are still sending email. Like, look, like
Facts.
Let me carry your bags.
I agree with you. And it's not even about like
let me wash your car. Like let me bring some type of value
to
you.
And it's a couple people, I ain't gonna put them out there, that just got on like that, like, hey, that like I was saying before, like you really want to just appreciate somebody's time and just kind of show them that, hey man, I see you always, you like Yeezys. I got a Yeezy plug over here. Hey, I'm gonna meet you over here so I can talk to you.
Just bringing
value.
You
know, just bringing value to the table, because it's like, I don't like to be around a lot of people that's not gonna bring no value to the table. At all.
No dead weight.
No, not at all.
One of the things I used to say, I probably should bring back. You know how we like bring a lot of stuff to basketball lingo, and you know, 2 for $1. If you miss a shot and somebody get a rebound, they kick it back. You like 2 for $1. Sure. So when I was like coming up, my whole thing was I want to do 2 favors before I ask you for anything. So it's 2 for $1, because you're really not paying. I'm gonna do 2 things for you that you're not gonna pay for before I even ask you, can I be around you? Can I go to something? Because normally when you're in position, people don't do nothing for you. Everybody tell you what they need you to do for them. So if I come to you and you do 2 things, no matter what it is.
And you know, it's crazy. I'm gonna ask you, how do y'all deal with that with y'all family? Because it's usually not, it's always a lot of outside people, but when it's like you from a different place, so like we all live in Atlanta, but then we all gotta go back home, right? So how do y'all deal with that when y'all go back home? Because I don't know how to deal with that shit.
You wanna go first? I'll tell you how I learned, but you go first.
I don't think it's like a one shoe that fits every situation. Like, I mean, my immediate family and my extended family, like, they just have like an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like they understand, like, okay, like it's a certain amount of things that I can expect from Caleb, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to set those expectations with them. Like it's still love, but I'm not just gonna give and give and give and then not be nothing in return. Like it's just not gonna be that just because we family. Like, nah, like I still got certain things that I need, you know what I'm saying, from y'all too. And it just gotta work both ways.
What I started doing, because like we, you know, black people in general have survivor's guilt, right? Like we have survivor's guilt where it's like, once we make it, we feel compelled to try to bring as many people.
No, you're right.
So what I ended up doing with friends is I have a different formula for like friends. But for family, what I started doing is every favor you ask me for, I'm gonna send it to you got to go through my mom. Like, that's my filter now. Okay. And if my mom say yes, or if whatever my mom's say is, I'm probably 99% of the time gonna do, because at a certain point, you're too busy, quote unquote, being successful that you don't know like the inner workings of the family. Yeah. Like, so your cousin might come to you and say, "Yo, bro, can I get $200?" But your grandma know he been drunk it up, or you know what I'm saying. They know stuff that you just not privy to on a day-to-day basis anymore.
That filter.
And if you don't have my mom's number, you shouldn't be able to get a favor. as a family member because you're not really
You're not
close.
really that close.
Like, you just blood. You're
Yeah.
not really that close. So I'm gonna send it through my mom, and then if my mom just so happens, which is rare,
To
'cause
mention
my mom knows where every penny of everything you give her access to. She remember, like, my mom used to send me statements for like my allowance. So my mom is very clear on every dollar and cent that she authorizes for somebody else. So in the rare occasion that she's like, it's up to you, then I go to it, how many things have you done for me or anybody else in the family that you didn't have to do? And that's kind of how I decide. Because if you're a selfish person, then I don't have to have like this.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this for you kind of vibe.
Yeah. It took me 10 years to develop that.
Okay. Go ahead, Kay.
I got one last question, and I'm gonna wrap you up. I don't want to take too much time, bro. But going from buying properties, says you got a gas station, and then what else?
Gas station, restaurant.
Restaurant,
His own private
food,
booth at Magic City.
that, food blogger, electric cars, like, and there's so many other like avenues as an entrepreneur that you've already done.
Yeah.
Like, what is that next step for you? And it ain't got to be business related. It could be just like passion stuff.
It's just
like, what's that next thing?
So my dad just got a pool, so I just want to see him happy. That's it.
That's real.
Yeah, my dad just got a pool. He want to get it filled up. I wish we need the pool filled by like Friday. And we need the liner and the heater.
Hey, reach out.
I was about to say we need it done by Friday.
I was about to say it's about to be getting cold in a little bit.
Nah, it's a heated pool. It's a heated pool.
Excuse
That's
me,
what
my
he want.
bad.
That's what
I
he want.
apologize, my bad.
Now
I
just like seeing him
Man,
happy
you went
at
to the
this
lake,
point.
though. No, we go ahead. I love that though, cause
He's just like my dad. Like I say this, like when I came down here, it was the first day he was out. Like he had just came out the halfway house, and he said I could come down here. And so like everything I do, now it's like I'm trying to make sure I can repay him. In a sense, you can't really repay your dad, but it's like, even though I ain't holding nothing against him because it was more so like on the mom side, but it's more so like at the end of the day, it's like, we thick as thieves, like we'd rob a nigga if we had to.
Facts.
So that's the main thing with him is like make sure my dad happy, my sister happy, get my brother in a good situation, and just fly away in the sunset with my girlfriend.
She's like, all right, bro, it's been 20 minutes.
Hey.
I love that because most people, like, dads just don't get held up like that publicly.
My dad is everybody's dad though, and the crazy thing is like
My pop's the same way.
he was my dad first, and when he never was like no.
That sounds like some favorite kid shit. Like, he was my dad first.
Oh yeah, I'm the favorite on all sides. I already and it's crazy you say that. We was just talking about that. I was like, I already know I'm the favorite. You ain't really, you know when you're the favorite, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, like my dad he a real cool dude, man.
That's dope, man. I
see this and
really
cry.
enjoyed this episode, man.
He gonna see this and cry. I'm gonna record it for y'all.
We're gonna chop that one piece up for you. We got you. That's his asset. But hey, man, thank you for joining us.
Hey man, thank y'all for having me, man.
Caleb got all the best friends, bro. I gotta give you some friends that's like,
I appreciate y'all.
had a
for having me.
skybox at 20 at Atlanta Hawks and shit. Man.
That shit easy, bro. That's
All right, change
I'm joining the media group.
hey, we closing Roman, man.
Sorry, bro. I got a couple value adds. I'm good.
All right, we out.
We out.
All right, y'all.